In my opinion, mount is one of the best pins that you can do, right? It's the best way to control somebody. So what we're gonna go over first is some concepts for understanding how to control the mount. Now there are 3 levels to mount, 3 of them. Does anyone know that? Okay, all good. Hop down for me, sir. So, let's go this way so they can see. So we have low mount, even if my chest is down, where my hips and my heels are wedging Vlad's hips. This is low mount. Notice that I'm sitting on top of his waistline. Okay, I'm gonna go into mid mount now. Mid mount is my hips are in the middle of Vlad's torso, right? And now high mount, I jump up to high mount. It's very similar to low mount, but I'm sitting on top of his chest this time and his sternum. And then an offshoot of high mount would be S mount because I'm sitting on his sternum. Now let's look at our feet and our leg entanglements. So our first entanglement is the grapevines. He's bridging, I can throw my grapes in, and I'm able to control him here. My next leg entanglement is going to be prayer feet, okay, where it just looks like the bottoms of my feet are praying. And lastly, crisscross. When I crisscross, this is, again, personal preference, my favorite way to control the mount. It's as though I have guard and I'm on top. My ankles are crossed, my knees are pinched, and my hips are hidden. Our main control positions of being in mount are going to be low, mid, and high. Feel it out.
Mike?
Yes, sir.
Do you want my feet flat?
Your feet will never be flat.
Okay. So high mount's kind of high mount.
Switch if you haven't. So I'm here, I'm in low mount, I'll make my switch. That pressure here, okay, whether my feet are crisscrossed, but my back is like I'm Superman, okay? So whether it's feet crisscrossed, I usually control the head and I drive my hips in here, into his diaphragm. That's why it's a pin. This is why it's the best pin. This, he's not uncomfortable. My weight is on his hips. I'm not obstructing his breath. But as I go to mid-mount, my hips drive into his midsection where his diaphragm is. And now I'm controlling him and he has to alleviate this pressure. Good pressure?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got it. Bring it on in. Low, mid, high. I briefly touched upon the effectiveness of them. I know that he's got a solid 5 escapes. I know what his most common escapes are. Okay, so if I roll with 1,000 different training partners and I mount all of them, okay, or I get mounted by all of them, okay, guess what the escapes are? Guess how many escapes are? Out of 1,000 people that I'm gonna roll, 1,000 different individuals. 5. How many different? You gave me the answer. Just messing with you. 5, that's it, 3 to 5. What does this person have to use with every single escape? Their hands and their arm. I know that they need to use their hands and their arms to escape. They need to create a post. They need to create frames with their hands. I know that. We're gonna go to S mount now and go over an S mount arm bar. I'm gonna split his guard, okay, if he's here, I'm gonna split that guard. I stuff the elbow and I pull the head and pin the elbow. Pull your left elbow free. Very difficult here. Plant my foot. I'm gonna push off like a sprinter to slide my left knee behind his head. Coffee grinder. Puts all my weight on him. Look, I still have control of his head. Now I get control of the arm, I can let go of control of the head. Because if he pulls his head down to the mat, guess what happens? Whoop, very easy. So most guys keep their head here to avoid that leg from going over his head. All right, on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Aha. And you know my bench let the hands defensively. We in the English, right? Take your arm nice and deep. If I go more deep, there's no pressure. Versus you're not. So, boom, right here, secure them. And I don't grab the wrist, I don't overhook by the elbow, I try to go here, and I lean. in this direction. Sometimes I will put my hand here, because in order for Mike to escape, he would need to scissor his legs, and that will stop the scissor, you know what I'm saying? Right, then I'll give him comb over, and what I do, like a little sickle action with my left hand, and I just hip in. And the reason being, I have super tight armbar and still pressure, just in case I'm somewhere off. Because if I fall back, I might get the armbar, but there's no pressure, right? So I have an armbar and a pressure. That will stop the scissor his legs, right? At the wrist, like this, single action. Look at the introduction. And Mike still feels my pressure.
Yes, no doubt. Yes. That's much better.
Here, why don't you do that?
We had a killer morning training session. Mike taught some mount, just some real basics of mount, very good stuff. And now we're heading down to the beach to do takedowns, so this should be really fun, training in the sand.
Dude, this is why I want the FPV, because it's scary when this thing cuts out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just sit in the sand. Yeah, I can see you.
I can see you.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Alright guys, we're ready? Let's get cracking, right? Yeah? All right. So number one, how do we obtain? Okay? And so normally I will approach sideways like in a good stance, and once I separate the arm I can come up a little bit and get a little bit lazy. So normally what I do, I'll go either for reverse wrist tie like this with a C-clamp, very important. Not like this, right? That's a regular wrist tie, like this. Sometimes I'll do with both hands. And then I just a little shuffle, pull my partner in, boom, and we're here. And note how in this case my knuckles are up, right? Because I make first contact. So on the first contact, most likely your 2-on-1 is ridden like this with your knuckles up, okay? My second hand goes meat hook, right? So I'm not grabbing with my 5 fingers. I can, but this is a little bit better. And I curl it, shoulder over, shoulder pressure, and my head position is on the inside perfectly. Okay guys, so the reason being, if I just grab him and I don't apply any pressure, he can easily limp out, square up, and we're back to 50-50. So what I did with 2-on-1, I almost got past his elbow, so I have a fantastic angle, right? And I will do anything. So my prerogative number one is just to maintain position. Never mind how you score, you gotta maintain position and you have to move correctly, okay? That's the number one, because without it, all your techniques are useless, because you'll never get to them because you don't know how to write the position. So shoulder pressure, you gotta feel the shoulder pressure, right? Head control. Even if my head is not here, it becomes somewhat easier for him to win the inside position, or yeah, pummel out or whatever. But if I dig my head, it becomes progressively harder. Okay guys, of course nothing is completely uncounterable. You can counter even the deepest bad positions. So shoulder pressure, head control. I cannot stress enough guys, C-clamp. Very often I see people riding 2-on-1 with this grip. That's bullshit. That's how you know they don't know the position, all right? Second way to obtain, he collar ties, right? So hand here, C-clamp, little shock by, tilt your head, boom, boom, and we're here again in this position. All right guys, so obtain it 2 different ways and keep moving in different directions. 1, 2, 3. Pull, pull, up, and what here?
So you had the...
You want to have like a magic feel or magic like advice that works, but it's not going to work, right? Often what I will start do I'll start pushing into my partner, and he does not want to be pushed, and he plants and he pushes back. That's my exact cue to apply the grave digger move. Right, I push, he gives me push back, right here. All right, little throw by, collar tie, boom, shock by, drive, he gave a reaction, right here. Yeah, exactly, Rick, I knew I could count on you. 1, 2, 3.
Workout in the sand.
I know.
Dude, I was demonstrating like tripping on my own fucking
I just ate sand.
Where is it now?
It's
You
hard.
see what happens? I put weight on this leg, so sometimes I'll make my first contact. I back up, pull down, and that's how I collect my leg. Because he cannot lift it. It's on there. And the footwork is similar to the single leg we did, right? I pull, I say like I stepped in coals, it's hot, and I go back in. It's a load step. So my step is loaded to apply power, right? I pull him in, made him step with a pull down, like I'm starting chainsaw, whatever the case might be, and immediately lunge in with my power leg, with my power load leg, right? So here, or if you like John Smith, like, right, I can go to low single too. All right, guys, just try it out. 1, 2. So it's also 2-on-1, just not Russian 2-on-1. Baseball bat grip. Pull, and immediately come back in. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Vlad, so you can hit the, not to deviate, I'm gonna deviate, but just simply because my mind is fucking going off. So I can hit the Yoko Wakari Utagashi off of the 2-on-1.
100%.
What's Yoda?
It's a Japanese arm reversal. Okay. So 1,
Yeah.
Hit it from right there.
Yeah.
2, pull him down.
Yeah. And right.
Spin. See,
Exactly.
my issues, I'm trying to fall, I'm trying to sacrifice.
Look how easy it is to hit that from here. All I'm gonna do is push pressure into you. As you do it,
Yes. Here, yeah.
right? I mean,
Oh, Mike, you can do it with a key lock grip. You know, Zangief roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
but that's, I mean, I use that to fight all the time because it's such an easy, everybody pushes back.
You step
What's the
through.
grip? What's the grip when you did that?
I won't do it
You don't have to
before.
throw 'em, but show me
It's
the
a
grip.
2-on-1. Go
I'm just
big.
gonna-
Do that with yourself.
It's just,
Yeah, do you change anything there or you just do it?
I keep this one and this one.
Oh, I see. I
Punches.
see. Gotcha.
So, but it's
Yes.
just an overhook.
Yes.
It's just a deep overhook.
Yes. Okay.
And as I transition,
Yeah, that's amazing.
boom, right.
Nice.
And that's the right way where I go. I did it slow, but the arch,
So you really arch.
that's the right way to do it. I mean, that's where you get, that's where I get the torque, right? I mean,
Yeah.
even there I had torque at the very end.
Gotta roll.
Once I turn, he's going.
Yeah.
We can vote on it.
Yeah,
You got
you're fine.
insurance?
Yeah. Mike was doing it with Rick when we were videotaping. I love this one, and I actually changed the way I do my firemen's because of this guy here, right? So he's a huge crucifix lover, right? You know, crucifix as in snatching arm or whatever. And we went to Japan, and we were just warming up. And anytime my hand like left my body, it got snatched. And actually, it was like messing with my head. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, we're just warming up. I'm getting caught. So I try to minimize my arm exposure. So therefore, when I do my fireman's carry, I do it legless. You don't have to. There's like a couple little tools you can secure your elbow in a safe spot, but I don't even go there. So we got to our 2-on-1. My setup for fireman's carry is one of the two. I either apply pressure down and wait for him to come up, and I spin, right? Or sometimes I give him a little bit bump, you know, like a shoulder jab, and as he travels in front of me, I cut my angle.
Wow.
All right. So a little push, whoop, and up. So what I'm saying, guys, if you like getting the leg, you may let go with the wrist, right? And go for the high crotch grip. So I pushed Mike, and I can go up here. First contact, shoulder jab. And you see how deep I am, guys? Like, if I'm here, it's very inefficient pull and a huge counter ability, or at least escaping. So it's like what I want to do, I want to speed Mike up so he's tripping, and then I become a rock over which he trips. That's fireman's carry. And follow through. Thank you, Michael. Any questions? Only answers? 1, 2, 3. I will start, right? I will start with 2-on-1, and by the end of the drill, he wants to have 2-on-1 of any source. Could be like this, could be like this. So I'm staying on top and choking his arm up. Like, you get your 2-on-1. Go ahead.
Ooh, it's just a good handwork. Get it. You are get it.
There we go. That's my 2-on-1. So watch, guys. It's all about like first contact. It goes back to first contact. So I was lucky enough to get first contact, but let's imagine I did not pull the trigger. So what happens, he's gonna put his hand on one of my hands, doesn't matter which one. Then he's gonna strip that second hand and put it on my hand. And like, oh shit, like let me do the same thing. So I'll put on one, I strip, put it, and even in Cayman we'll do the same thing. So what you wanna do, you wanna pull the trigger a little bit faster, right? So, oh, I'm sorry. I start, as soon as he grabbed my hand, I don't wait for him to strip his gripped hand, you know? As soon as he grabs, I will re-grab this one and get 2-on-1. Okay, so I'm half a step ahead. He grabs, I don't wait for him to do that. Let's go back. He grabs, I re-grab and pull. He grabs, up, up. You know what I'm saying? Because if I wait for him to re-grab and strip, then it's gonna be a never-ending cycle. I want to stay one step ahead. I can repeat it, guys, if you don't understand, because it's like a weird concept. You guys get it? Repeat, absolutely. So what's the typical exchange if you like fight hard but you don't really understand the timing? I have 2-on-1, so I'm winning the position, right? What he will do, guaranteed, there's like, he's not an octopus, he only has 2 hands, so I know he's gonna use it, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna grab my hand, right? Then he's gonna strip this hand and grab me. And if I do the same, it's gonna be forever. So, as soon as he grabs me, I don't wait for him to strip. I re-grab immediately and then just roll my wrist, and here's my 2-on-1. He grabs me again, I don't wait, all right? I re-grab, 2-on-1, and move. All right, guys? So you see how techniques become always irrelevant if you don't master the precursor. Hand fight, footwork, get in the position and the setup. Before you do technique, I can teach a monkey to do the single leg, but like how to get there is like a wholly different story. And I do it like with my athletes all the time. And another advice I can, like, that blew my mind what Coach Selena told me. He said, Vlad, like when I coach my guys, I just tell them to move and change angles. They know what they're doing. Sometimes they get a little stumped and I have to create action, you know what I'm saying? So nice and easy. For example, he posts his hand, right? He posts, I grab here. He goes to my head, underhook, right? Then 2-on-1. He posts and I duck under. And try to flow, you know what I'm saying? Get 2 moves, 2 or 3 moves, no more than that, and try to interconnect them from one side to another, you know? 2-on-1, he posts, maybe I drag to the other 2-on-1, then I duck under, 2-on-1 again, he goes here, maybe underhook, yeah, then double underhook, and flow, and always have like a playful state of mind, because wrestling could be very intimidating, and you want to be soldier-like and serious, just fucking clown around a little bit, you know, little game, a little juke, and flow with it. So that's my advice for productive learning of wrestling. He beat you. He won. He won the exchange. See, guys, it put things in perspective. Just to get to position is so hard. Then you have to move your guy, and then you have to score. So you have to earn your spot under the sun with a 2-on-1.
Vladislav, let's go.
What's the water temperature? You know?
Definitely like 40 degrees or less.
Oh, he's not messing around. Straight in. Straight in.
Let's go.
Say goodbye to the camera.
Bye-bye.
It's probably about 50 degrees. Pretty chilly. You going in?
Go for it. I dare you. I double dare you. I triple dare you.
Okay.
That's it, that's all I got. Waist high, I'm done.
That is cold water. Very cold water.
Therapeutic.